Hey, this is Cecil and Marsha Garrett. We are back and keeping it 100.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
So we have a topic, something you were discussing the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to start us off?
Yeah. I was thinking about the word lies and how it can form itself into your spirit man.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be careful that we don't allow lies to rule over us.
Yeah.
And one of the things I wanted to talk about was men.
Uh.
Men and lies.
Okay.
Um, there's a lot of things that they teach us when we're coming up, like men don't cry,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
men don't supposed to have feelings about certain things,
Mm-hmm.
and if you show it, then you're showing fear,
Oh.
and we have to be
yeah.
careful when with that.
Mm-hmm.
And you selfishly you can start showing those things to your own sons,
Mm-hmm.
even though they're the wrong things to be showing them, but you it's been taught to you.
Gotcha.
And we got, lies can really destroy a person.
Yeah.
Like a relationship with your father.
Okay.
You want to tell him the truth about how you feel about things, but you don't want to be shown as weak. So you fear the idea of your dad not respecting you or even loving you.
Wow. That's deep. Okay. So you are saying
Mm-hmm.
that men receive lies,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes those lies are put on men, and it ain't just men. We just have to be clear about that.
Mm-hmm.
But you brought it out. So those lies are put on men by men
Yeah.
who are fearful themselves.
Yeah.
And then it causes the men that they're raising to become fearful and believe in lies because they don't want to not live up to the expectations of what a man is.
Right.
That's tough.
It's a ripple effect. And, I'll just take, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
my uncles were pretty tough men. And they wanted to make sure that I understand men's position.
Mm-hmm.
And his position is not to be weak
Right.
and not to be fearful.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you're scared, you don't supposed to show it.
Mm-hmm.
And I went into a situation. I just bring it up. There was a gang fight in my old neighborhood, and it was 20 guys against 2.
Mm-hmm.
Me and this other guy.
Mm.
We was the 2.
Mm-hmm.
And first instinct was like, get the heck out of there.
Right.
But I stood my ground because I didn't want to look like a punk.
Right.
I didn't want to show fear.
Mm-hmm.
And but the Lord's favor was on me. It wasn't Bruh C
Mm-hmm.
that kept me. It was the Lord.
Yeah.
Because I was in a situation where I should have really
Right.
got beat down to a pulp.
Right.
But I woofed so much that they thought it was true.
Kind of like the Gideon's army and Joshua.
Yeah.
Don't blowing trumpets so loud. He gave you the strategy to win.
It was me and my ex-girlfriend brother. And he came and got me because they came after him. So I was going to his rescue, not knowing there was that many boys around the corner waiting.
Ooh.
I went into battle and I realized I was not in the right battle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was a losing battle
Mm.
because 20 people, 20 to 2, they can hit you from every side.
That's crazy. So the favor of the Lord was on you, and we're going to talk about that in 2 weeks. The favor of the Lord.
Yes.
But it's crazy though how we do get in situations where we believe certain things because we don't want to let others down.
Yeah.
We fear being rejected.
Yeah.
We fear looking like what you said, like, a punk or a wimp in front of other people. But what is the Lord leading us to do? And sometimes it's difficult to understand or hear his voice, especially when we don't know what the truth of the word is.
Yeah.
If we have so many words from other people in our ear and their philosophies, their theologies, and their ideas about what's true, then we will walk into certain situations like in this case, you could have lost your life, but God's hand was upon you.
There's many incidents that the Lord has shown me favor in my ignorance at the time. And ignorance and foolishness and fear, they all can run hand in hand. When I say, like, you be in a situation that you are, you don't want to put yourself out there too far, because you don't want people to know that you don't understand or didn't know or have lacked the knowledge of certain things. And then, you try to hide behind those things like you really know it. And I find that to be a big mistake because eventually it's going to come out.
So pretending that you're something that you're not. Believing lies. So lying to yourself, telling yourself you're much better than what you are, or in some cases you could be telling yourself you're not what you actually are.
But there's cases where you want to build yourself up, the right way and in good settings, but you don't want to just act like or pretend like you're something that you're not. We have to be careful with that. There's just so many lies that be told through us throughout our years. When you're a little kid, your dad will say, you can catch every ball.
Right.
And most of the balls are hitting you in your face.
Yeah.
But you continue on. See, some things are built for a build up, and some things can be destroyed.
Yeah.
Can destroy you.
Got you. So we got to be careful then how we approach situations, especially, I guess, just us as parents.
Yeah.
Some things can be encouragement, but then certain lies, like you brought up before, at the beginning, lies about, men shouldn't cry.
Yeah.
Men shouldn't show their true emotions. If you do, then, this is who you are. So those types of lies can destroy and they can hinder relationships. So we got to be careful how we're communicating with our kids because they're impressionable.
Yeah.
They do believe what we say.
Yeah.
And they tend to hinge on and hang on to things that we speak into them and speak over them.
Yeah.
So if you hung on to that all your life, and it wasn't until when that you start believing that men could cry, or that men could be emotional.
The first time I actually cried around my mother, and I'm telling you, even when I got spankings, it was hard for me to do. Even though it was painful, but I refused to cry
because you didn't want to not be your man.
No, and what that was doing was damaging to my mother because she felt like I was not listening. I was hard-headed. I was stiff-necked, and I was trying to be hard around her. In a sense, I was trying to be hard, and I respected her greatly. But when it came down to what I felt like I should be doing and what my mom was saying, they wasn't gelling. Because I wanted to believe that lie that I was
more than what you were,
more than I was,
or that you shouldn't be crying.
Yeah.
So there's things, I'm just over here thinking through this, lies that we tell ourselves about who we are.
Yeah.
You kind of brought that out a little bit when you said that we pretend to be something that we're not. And those are lies that we tell ourselves. I think that sometimes we can get caught up in lies that just, lies are lies, but lies that condemn, lies that hurt us, lies that hinder us and keep us from moving forward and where we need to be.
Yeah.
Lies that we're not good enough. Lies that no one hears us. Lies that you'll never be good enough. Lies that our pastor just spoke this past Sunday, and it was a really good message about God being willing to heal. Like, I know you can do it, but are you willing?
Okay.
But so many lies about not being healed. Lies that we thought, we believed a lie that we were going to be in poverty forever.
Yeah.
We believed the lie that we were going to always be evicted from wherever we went. We believed the lie that we were going to always have our vehicles repossessed. Lies, those are lies that we began to believe because things were constant. They happen so much.
Yeah.
And the enemy is persistent and patient in what he does.
Yeah.
So we, because of that mindset, took that into this new season and believed that some things are going to happen with our house and with our vehicles. Actually, one time, it came up on the situation where we had a situation with our vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
It was a crazy situation. But even with it being that crazy, we almost accepted it because of what our past was.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that we couldn't recover.
The enemy really was trying to pull us back into where we had got
A mindset.
from. And I'm not going to take God's blessing, because if he blessed us, then there's nothing else to fear.
It's ours.
One of the things I was thinking about while you were talking, and I kind of lost my thought a little bit, but the lies that we tell that's been told to us by peers. There's many times people say, I know that you can do this better than what they're doing. Getting you pumped up to do something because they ain't even man or woman enough to do it themselves, but they put you up to do it.
Oh, shoot.
And then you got your chest all pumped up to do it, and then somebody caved that chest in.
Well, yeah, we got to be careful allowing people to put us in positions of esteem that God doesn't want us in. So
know your lane.
Knowing your lane. And not moving based off of people. Not being a people pleaser. Yeah. People pleasing to get us caught up.
I used to do that a lot when I was a kid because I was trying to fit in somewhere. And I was lying to myself that I had to do certain things to please these people. Once again, you put yourself in a position where you're lying to yourself that they're greater. What you're doing is making them greater than God. And that's terrible.
Have you never done that as an adult?
I put myself in a position, I'm not going to bring any names up, but I was really trying to be a people pleaser when I was at a church. And it was hard for me because no matter what I did, it didn't amount to anything. It didn't matter. And then I felt worthless, pointless, upset.
It's funny you would say that because I was reading in Ecclesiastes today that everything that we do is things are meaningless, chasing the wind, vanity. And it ended with the fact that chasing after money, chasing after riches, chasing after fame, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is putting God first.
Yeah.
And when we put him first, then everything else follows, because the wise is going to die just like the fool, and the rich is going to die just like the poor.
Yes.
So when we put ourselves in position to please people, built on lies, performance, trying to perform and become something that we're not, stressing ourselves out for position. It also talk about how we work so hard because we envy. We just want. We want. We want more money. We want relationships. We want attention. We want the finer things. Okay, there's nothing wrong with wanting things, but what we got to understand is that when we find ourselves lying to ourselves and lying to people and getting stressed out because we're not reaching a certain status,
right,
then God is just no longer in the equation.
You said it. God's not in the equation, and we are putting ourselves or certain things before God.
We're putting certain things before God, and you're never going to achieve or accomplish what it is that you're looking for.
Right.
So God is not pleased. You're not pleased because you're tired doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing, or I'm not talking about just you, but just in general. But we're tired. We're losing our health. We're stressed out. The kids are stressed out. The spouse is stressed out. The people on your job is stressed out.
Yeah.
We stress out the people at church. One when we're, pray for me. I said, pray for me, Pastor. I don't know why I'm going through what I'm going through. Well, you're going through what you're going through because you're trying to be a people pleaser. And I can speak on it because I was there. People pleaser number one.
Oh, my goodness.
So, we want people to help us up and help us out when we're putting ourselves in position to please the people.
Yeah.
I operated, and I still do. I don't operate the preschool portion right now. But, 20 years in business with the preschool and the academy. And a lot of what I did with $50 a week childcare was was to help the people, but the goal and the desire was not necessarily in itself for God. Wasn't getting all the glory out of that.
Well, let me ask you this. You was trying to find a common ground with the people. I would say in your case, you were. I wouldn't say you was a people pleaser. You was trying to find a common ground that they will get what they're getting from you, and you will get in return what they should pay you. But
well, in our situation, and where I think that it turned into that was going after locations that God didn't tell me to go after.
Okay.
I didn't seek out God's will for certain locations, and we lost every single one of them locations because it was what the people wanted.
Yeah.
The people said, get a building. God never said it, but that is what the people said, and that's what I did. So I've been the most content in this season of my life now than ever.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it was never God's intention for it to be what it was. If he wants me in the building, then he does. But my point is this.
Yeah.
We find ourselves in positions and then stressed out, which I was, and asking God the whys and crying because of the everything.
Yeah.
When he never said do it, it was the people that said do it.
Yeah.
And I moved based off of what the people said do.
And
because
you
I
believed that they was going to do what they were supposed to do.
Well, and I can't do that. We can't do that. But you moved off of that out of God's direction is my point.
Yeah. Moving before God.
Moving before him, not seeking him, acting like one of these. I'm just always in the Bible. But yeah, moving before God. Like the Israelites. The Israelites, yeah, they moved before God without seeking him. Yeah, quite a few times. And they always lost the battle when they did that.
Yeah.
So lies, believing the people would be there to pay tuition.
You're not saying that to condemn anybody. It's just
definitely not,
because people are finicky.
Definitely not saying that.
They want what they want when they get it. But if it does not look like they thought it was going to look, then they was like, okay, this ain't what I thought. But you already knew going in. If you've been told the rules and regulations of this place and this establishment, then you already been told.
Listen, and you can't fault the people is my point. We can't fault people for our decisions that we make to please people.
Right.
You can't do it. It's your fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to own that. So no, it wasn't the people. They asked for what they wanted.
Yep.
I got to make sure that I seek the Lord on behalf of what he desires, and not listen to what the enemy's telling me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, one thing I was also want to add is, you live your life in a bubble sometimes. When I say a bubble, I mean, when I say bubble, I mean you capped it. You in that bubble, and you only can stretch out so far in here because you don't trust. And you telling your lies that everybody around you is out to get you. And you got to be careful with that because the devil's setting you up to be by yourself because he wants to get you by yourself. And so I want to make sure that everybody knows that there is somebody out there. Sometimes you have to pay close attention that you do not get caught up in trying to be a people pleaser, and make sure that you put yourself around people that's going to uplift you and you can uplift them. You know, it's not just one side. You got to do your part too. You know, be careful with the lies that the devil try to trick you into thinking that you all alone, that you're by yourself and you don't have nobody. Everybody's a liar and everybody's out to get you. That's not true.
So that's another lie, that everybody's out to get you. So you're believing that everybody's out to get you. You do stay caught up in your bubble. You stay in your bubble at home. You don't want to go to church. You don't go to social activities or just standoffish in general because people are out to get you. And we got to be careful about that.
And I can only talk from wisdom. You know, I'm a person that likes to be on his own because I didn't trust people. I'm way better now than I ever been. It took a while. You know, it took me to get to my 40s in my 50s to realize that people are not trying to hurt me. You know, I lived a life for too long. There's a whole lot of wasted years. You know, if I say I'm in my 50s, that's ridiculous that I waited that long to get uncaptured from this lie that everybody's just trying to hurt me out to get me or use me.
I guess the blessing now, though, is that you did finally get it because when you get it, then we're able to pull our kids out. We're able to recognize what that hook looks like so that they don't walk in it.
One thing I'll say when we say that word hook, it blesses my soul to see that our kids, the oldest, all our adult children are making good, sound decisions with their lives. They're not getting caught up in the world like we did. You know, we got caught up in our way of living and our way of thinking at that time, and we, you know, had some choices that we wish we had never made. We don't feel sorry for them because we learned from it. Now we were still stuck there, then, you know, that's another story.
Right.
But we was able to get from among those lies, and we was able to capture the devil's lies before they got a hold to our children and got the devil packing.
That's the blessing. That is the blessing in it all. That, just reiterating it, yes, we were able to recognize the lies that were told to us so that we were able to see how those lies were trying to be hooked and attached to our kids. And be able to pull them out of certain things that were trying to take them under, which was a lot.
For us to be able to pray like we did when the kids was younger is a blessing to me. You know, we spoke certain things and speak those things as though they are, and that's what we did. And so we could see the fruits of our labor.
Just about kids. Everything that we spoke, and I'm sorry, but just about everything that we spoke over them has come to pass. So lies that their marriages won't work. You know, Lord, those were lies.
From the pits.
Just lies that they wouldn't be financially prosperous. Those were lies. Lies that we're seeing reversed. In a major way.
It's important to see your kids having the fruits of their labors being blessed by the Lord, and being able to make sound decisions, not hooked on certain things that the world offers, because the world gonna show you a happy-go-lucky, get around, do what you want to do type of fun. The Lord is teaching you morals, values, and peace and joy and longevity. The world's not showing you that. They trying to tell you that to live in this way is the best way. It's the fun way. It may be fun, but it's not the right way.
It's going to lead to heartache. There's lies too that we can hear about our spouse. That maybe they don't love us no more. They're not spending as much time with us as they used to. I mean, there's things that we can do to safeguard and keep those lies from coming up. But there are lies that the enemy will try to bring in to hinder the growth and hinder relationship.
Yeah. You know what I do? I counteract against that. I when I feel the enemy coming my way and trying to trick me in my mind about my wife and make me think certain things that I'm not even going to say because that's giving way to the enemy. No, try to make me think certain ways about my spouse and make me think that our relationship is in jeopardy. You know, but a lot of times it's thoughts in your mind. But you never ask, you never say anything, but you just have thoughts in your mind. And then you have to fight those things off quickly. You know, I like the word that says, agree with your adversary quickly. So you can say, yeah, I'm okay, yeah, I was feeling that way, but not anymore. But whose feelings are they? Are they yours or his?
Right.
And most likely, they're not yours.
Yeah. We got to know the truth.
Yeah.
We have to know the truth in order to be able to come up against lies like that. Because if we don't know the truth, then we're going to fall prey to the lies that are being told.
There's people, marriages is gone astray because they believed the lie. They didn't even realize that it was a lie. And now I'll say it like this. Yeah, they realize it later, but then it's too late.
Yeah.
And you don't want to wait till too late. You want to resolve that right away.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, I don't know. I think that's kind of pretty much, I know we're getting done a little earlier than what we normally do. We usually go about 30 minutes, but this was, do you feel like you hashed the topic out as well as you want it to be?
Well, I just want to make sure that we reiterate the lies that the enemy has been trying to throw into families, into yourself, into your spouse, into your work. You know, the things, I hope that we covered it enough that you can safeguard yourself from letting the enemy have control of your life.